Hello and welcome back to Hytale and to the channel. Off camera, I built this new building here, which is going to be for animals later on. And today's main goal is to get the last two workbenches that we're still missing. For that, we mostly need void essence. So I crafted some arrows and started walking north. By the way, check out last episode where we went to the lava lands, because yes, yeah, we are probably going back there today. This is a voiceover, so I already know how this ends. We walked through the swamp and I noticed some ice on the top of my map. So, of course, I went to check it out. I walked and walked and eventually found a skeleton brute standing in a ring. I wanted to fight him, but the world had other plans. We kept moving upward into the ice biome and found a small village by the water. There were some lost civilization chests there, but the loot was very average. I think I was supposed to come here before the lava place last episode. I looted the rest of the village and kept going. Not far from there, I found a much bigger castle with a lot scarier enemies. And honestly, I don't know if I was meant to come here before or after the lava lands because some of the basic enemies here were way harder. I cleared out the place slowly, room by room, until I reached what looked like the main room. I opened the door, and it was a full-on party in there. Those dagger enemies were a real problem. They just kept throwing and throwing and throwing. Inside the main building, I found an iron shield. And on the second floor, I found one of the workbenches I wanted this episode, so of course I took it with me. I looted the rest of the place and moved on. Up in the mountains, I got attacked by a yeti. It was huge, it was scary, but honestly, not a big problem. I kept picking up ore as I traveled because you can never have enough. Then I found this huge ritual circle. I fought some enemies there, but there was nothing. It really felt like a boss should spawn here. Maybe it's just not in the game yet. The area felt empty, so I decided to head back. On the way, I ran into a polar bear, found another village, looted it. Again, very average loot. Eventually, I found the skeleton brute again from earlier, so I finally got my fight. I also forgot to mention earlier, I found these daggers. The ability is really cool, but the normal damage is kind of low. I made it back home, stored everything, and slept through the night. Refilled my arrows, made some repair kits, and decided to go back to the lava lands. I traveled to the shelter from last episode and picked up ore along the way. I slept in the bed there to set my spawn point. Very important detail. I started exploring the lava lands again. I sniped a guy standing on a cliff, and he didn't react at all. Then he finally noticed me. And almost killed me. About 10 seconds later, I had another close call. Then I found another skeleton brute, and don't watch this part, look away. I died, and I respawned all the way back at spawn. At that point, I thought I had lost everything. So I slowly walked home, crafted a cobalt pickaxe, collected myself, and went back again. When I reached the place where I died, my items were still there. I got very excited, picked everything up, and continued exploring. I found another sewer system and went down to loot it. Down there I found a cobalt mace, some potions, and more ore. I reached the end of the island and saw another lava biome nearby, so I swam over. Found a village with burned wheat, which was great for charcoal. I got my rematch with a steel golem. Then I jumped off the edge of the island because this lava biome was different, much less ore than the first one. I swam toward land again, heading back in the direction of home, but I noticed yet another lava biome in between. So I went there too. This one had trees and flying skulls, and at this point I realized I was carrying 48 out of 48 memories. So I really needed to turn those in. I explored a bit more, mined some ore, and went down into a cave, collected what I could, and then swam toward a nearby desert biome. I went into a mine, picked up some tracks and a mine cart, because maybe I can use that later. I slept, and finally went to turn in my memories. Killed the golem, went inside, and turned everything in. Then I went home. Smelted my ore, cleaned up my inventory, and decided to build a wizard tower for my new workbenches. I started building it. I'm not even going to talk through this part. I might change it later anyway. I placed down the workbenches and realized I could make teleporters, staffs, and a lot more than I expected, but that is for another time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the love on the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.